Got to test the sound here first and see how it plays out here. We want to have a crystal clear sound. Want a crisp sound.
Got to test the sound here first.
All right.
Let's see how it plays out here.
Get that.
We want to have a crystal clear sound.
All right. It looks like my sound is good. At least from my end here. Want a crisp sound.
Got to test the sound here first.
All right.
Let's see how it plays out here.
Get that.
We want to have a crystal clear sound.
All right. It looks like my sound is good. At least from my end here. What's a background noise? I don't want to hear noise back there.
Want a crisp sound. Got to test the sound here first.
All right.
Let's see how it plays out here.
Get that.
We want to have a crystal clear sound.
Oh, it looks like my sound is good. At least from my end here. What's a background noise? I don't want to hear noise back there.
Want a crisp sound. Got to test the sound here first.
All right.
Let's see how it plays out here.
Get that.
We want to have a crystal clear sound.
One, two.
What's a background noise? I don't want to hear noise back there. Want a crisp sound.
Yeah, I think my sound is good. If you're listening to me, if you have a better sound from me here, please let me know so we can get the show going here. One, two.
What's a background noise? I don't want to hear noise back there.
Yeah, I think my sound is good. If you're listening to me, if you have a better sound from me here, please let me know so we can get the show going here. I think my sound is good. Let's do this. What? I got a power. Let's see what I got here for you before we get the music. Let me tell you what I got for you musically.
Cause I'm a beauty baba. So blessed to see me on the rock.
Let me see what I got here. I want to test that sound again.
If you are listening to me, if you have a better sound for me here, please.
My sound good. I think it's perfect.
So after when I know my so, cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm a brand new man, I'm a king. I'm born again, never same. Holy one, yes, we never change. The words are everlasting. Holy go fire, fire. I salute you, gracious of day. You never let me down again. I'm enjoying my heritage. I'm gonna go to the other one. Challenge the city, me other one. Familiarizing, see me other one. Cause I'm a beauty girl. Sit left to see me other one. I'm outside when I see my best soul. I'm tired when I know my best soul. Cause I'm just a single beauty girl. I'm falling, not in me. I'm on the time, never lose. Take all that you me. I'm walking with the.
Now let's see that. I want to make sure again the sound is perfect. All right, I like that now.
Every day, I see my blessings falling. Drink my morning to dancing. I'm teaching my level. You'll never see me in the struggle. I'm gonna go to the other one. And then you see the other one. But then you see me other one. Cause I'm a beauty barber. Sit left to see me other one. Oh, one side when I see my best soul. One side when I know my best soul. Cause I'm a beauty barber. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Out in my blessing. It's gonna move from me. I'm Holy Ghost fire. You don't know me. Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Blessing. I'm the city, me other one. Then you see me other barber. Cause I'm a beauty barber. Sit next to see me other one. Oh, one side when I see my best soul. One side when I know my best soul. Cause I'm a beauty barber.
All right, guys. I want to make sure my sound is good. Now let's see that. I want to make sure again the sound is perfect. All right, let's see. One second, guys. All right, guys, welcome to Voice of SINOE here. If you're out there, if I have a beautiful sound from your end, I'd like you to do me a favor. Just hit the, just give me a thumb up, so we can get the show on the way here. Beautiful show for you, for all of us today. So give me a buzz, give me a heads up if the sound is good from your end. But I don't want to be talking and then we have a technical problem here. So I want to test that sound again from my end. You might hear feedback. Let me see. I want to get the sound set from my end here. Give me a buzz, give me a heads up
if the sound is good from your end.
Okay.
But I don't want to be talking.
All right, the sound is perfect. It's perfect. At least it's looking at it from my end here. So let's get this going here. I'll be right back. Let's get this commercial here, and I will be right back.
Any boy,
If pregnant, speak up.
I'll keep president. Some people in the area, they not let my bend it. Some people in the market, they not let my bend it. Some men in the office, they not let my bend it. Some people in the club, they not let my bend it. But I will boy running. Dream my leg on running. Someone say running. Enjoy myself running. I will dance running. Ride my car running. Go to the club running. I will come and shy running. Oh, he running. Enjoy myself running. Be the tate running. Wap he running. Some people feel but me are happy. Drinking liquor I'm happy. You can't do club me having copy. Les gens won't see you in a casket. You not let me like a penny. Shout out all my people and I only carry. Anything I do, they know they first to like it. She eat my son, she eat my bread, she saw my candy. Let the people then I let me on Facebook. But still they liking my photo. She used to tell me say go to. Now I'm making money, she won't jump in my photo. Some people in the area, they not let my bend it. Some people in the market, they not let my bend it. Some men in the office, they not let my bend it. Some people in the club, they not let my bend it. But I will boy running. Dream my leg on running. Someone say running. Enjoy myself running. I will dance running. Ride my car running. Go to the club running. I will come and shine running. Oh, he running. Enjoy myself running. Be the tate running. Wap he running. In front of the door that they play, I will pack my car. How you will buy my music when the things stay playing in your car? That mean they walk and end the war before it start. They say my son and I'm for cheering, I tell and I'm too for far. The people stopping on my neck, I can't breathe. I come in bounce on them with my new brief. To feature me, you gotta say I learned deep. Don't compare me to any artist because me a damn big. They won't stop on me, oh, but they made a shame. They won't stop my shangle, but made a shame. See they all around with the medicine. I say, Papa, you want medicine. Some people in the area, they not let my bend it. Some people in the market, they not let my bend it. Some men in the office, they not let my bend it. Some people in the club, they not let my bend it. Oh, he running. Oh, he running, oh. Dream my leg, oh, he running. Someone say he running. Someone say, oh. Enjoy myself, he running. I will dance, he running. Ride my car in front of my video. Go to the club in front of. I will come and shine running. Oh, he running. He jump and say he running. Be the tate he running. Wap he running. Rescue mother finna bondo, I see you.
Yeah, I'm on saturated. Blessings on blessings, you call me blessings. These my blessings can all be touching. I know my level, my man, don't stress me. The puppy bless me, so I'm here to party. I want war, you're a zombie. I want body that pro, you're a zombie. Batting up, bring a jealous zombie. I got a party, people dancing, you're a zombie. Sanko, me, I want to do it like Paco. Waiter, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. Waiter, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. I said nobody, I won't party. I want you to go down low. want you to find it slow. Mama, you rock the show. I'm ready to spend some more. And I'm gonna, you know, sit down, I'm gonna check it. See, I see no time for check. Man, I want you to dance like you ready, don't care. And do the dance for the zombie set. It's me and you, mama, no more stress. I want to dance, I feel myself. I want yellow zombie. I want body that pro yellow zombie. Batten up, bring a yellow zombie. Got a party people dancing yellow zombie.
When Uncle D show face, all the children want a photo. Yeah, that do or die when they shake come around. You know now, when I move bless me, they papa bless me. Yes, why bless me? You cannot stop me. Your money can never go low. We say they high, but no heavy low. Papa, your man on papa. Ragaza, no remote than the star. I bless you first, go up, they transformer. My blessing full of red bell.
I want yellow zombie. I want body that pro yellow zombie. Batten up, bring a yellow zombie. I got a party people dancing yellow zombie. I said nobody. I want party. I want you to go down low. I want you to find it slow. Mama, you rock the show. I'm ready to spend some more. And I'm gonna, you know, sit down, I'm gonna wait down, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. Wait down, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper.
Yes, beats.
You know, I'm not belly. All right, guys, welcome to the Voice of SINOE in the diaspora with Dr. Porter Esoteric. We're coming to you live from Prospect Park, Pennsylvania, these United States of America. You know, I like this song from Richmond. I want to listen to it before. I think Ernest has seen on YouTube as Ernest Posh, I think. Yeah, I love this song. Let me try it. And before we get the show on the way here, I just want to play the audio from the back here. I love it.
Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness cause see me out of but outside when I see my face so after when I know my face so cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm a brand new man, I'm a pain. I'm born again, never the same. Holy one and yes, we never change. The once I everlasting. Holy go fire, fire. I salute you, yes, I do. You never know that before one day. I'm enjoying my heritage. I want to go see me overrun. Challenge to see me overrun.
Yep.
But failure see me overrun. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness to see me overrun. But outside when I see my face so
No, Barbara.
cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm from above and not beneath. I'm a victor, I never lose so. Take a very good look at me. I'm walking with on every day. I see my blessings falling, drink my morning to dancing. I'm teaching my level, you'll never see me to struggle. Papa, they go see me on the road. Challenge to see me on the road. But failure see me on the baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me on the road. But outside when I see my face so after when I know my face so cause I'm a beauty baba. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire, counting my blessings. Never move from behind. Holy Ghost fire, you don't know me. Ghost fire, Holy Ghost fire. Challenge the city, me you go wrong. My failure see me you go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me you go wrong. But once I wanna see my face so matter when I know my face so. Cause I'm a beauty baba.
Yeah, that's Rich Man, new level, new level. All right, let's. All right. I think my sound should be wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, let me test the sound here, guys, and we'll get the show here because. Yeah, that's Rich Man, new level, new level. All right, perfect, perfect. So good afternoon from my end. These United States of America. I'm glad to be with you again to have a beautiful conversation about issues that I have. I don't know about you, but I have things to discuss with you. So I want to say I'm glad to be here with you again as usual. Pennsylvania, the weather is crazy here today. We have heavy snow, and so I'm indoor today. Dark side of it, I'm home, monitoring the weather, and so I just thought to have a conversation with you. Our first show for the week. I hope you had a beautiful weekend, with your family and friends, loved ones, whatever the case is. So let me see today. Those are following the show. I want to say thank you. I've seen Pretty Stars following Winston Tobert, okay, and others. I'm not seeing all of you so far. So depending on where you're joining me from, I might not see you. All right, so that's the case. If I don't call your name, so you don't be like, oh, the guy is cherry picking. He recognizes certain people. He doesn't recognize me. Okay, yeah. So that's down on purpose. So if I don't call your name, it means I'm not seeing you. All right. So let me share. So do me a favor as you follow the show. Please hit the share button for me. That's all you have to do, and you can just lay back and relax, enjoy a voice of SINOE. Yeah, so that's all you have to do. Share. You can also follow us on YouTube. Just go on YouTube, type in Madison Freeman, and you can also follow us from YouTube as well. And that's something you can do. All right, so basically that's all you have to do to enjoy the rest of the show. All right, let me share my agenda with you, team, that I want to discuss with you today. For some reason, I don't know whether my sound is good, so I tend to hesitate a little bit. So let me test that sound one more time, please. Type in Madison Freeman, and you can also follow us from YouTube as well. All right, I'm comfortable now with the sound. All right, so let's see here. Well, my agenda for today, things that I want to talk about. I'd like to share my agenda with you. As usual, that's how I'll get the show rolling. So let me get to this here quickly. I will do happy birthday greetings. That's the custom of the show. People that are my friends on Facebook. If I see the notification, of course, I'll give you a shout out. All right. So we're going to do happy birthday greetings first. Next thing I would do as well for the show, I will also talk about what I call the familiarization with USAA Constitution. Our organization here in the U.S., many of us, we are not familiar with the Constitution. And so every now and then we're going to be giving you some constitutional education so that you can know your document that you are working with. You know, for whatever reason, people, they don't like to read. And so those of us, we are not voracious readers, but at least we try to go over the various documents. And so we're going to do little familiarize you with the Constitution of the United States Association. We'll give you a little bit. Next thing, let me see here before I get going. Amos, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Thank you. All right. Appreciate you, Amos. Let's see here. Next thing that I want to talk about today, I call that Honorable Matthew G. Zarzar pays tribute to Eric Stanley Togba, a lover of peace and unity. All right, so we're going to talk about that tribute from Honorable Representative Matthew Zarzar. Next thing I'll be talking about, I'm going to revisit, called revisiting the letter of the board and the voucher of the executive. All right, so that's, of course, in reference to the USAA or the United States Association. And also, I will talk about here the determination and hard work breed success. The case of Barcelious T or Zarzar. All right, so that's something we'll be talking about. And I'll also go to Grand Jita County. E. Madison Gwen is the best for Grand Jita County district number 2. Okay, hopefully I got that district right. Yeah, but I will tell you why Mr. Gwen is the best choice to replace to fill in the vacuum left by Honorable Zoe Peno. All right, and then we'll look at the rebuttal of Councillor Kanio Bai Gbala, his communication in reference to the allegations against him. He wrote a piece, and we'll also be looking at that communication from Kanio Bai. All right, so those are the things I'll be talking about today. So we're going to start first with the birthday greetings. That's what we're going to start with. So if you're joining me, welcome aboard. Appreciate your presence on the platform. All right, let's see. Let me see the images I have here. People that I want to do shout out to. Shout out people. All right, so the first person I want to start with is my own daughter, even though tomorrow is the birthday, but I want to do a happy birthday shout out to my scholar, Elise Waina Flume. She'll be celebrating her birthday tomorrow. She'll be turning 10. Kids are growing fast. All right, so Elise, Daddy wants to say happy pre-birthday to you. You are a nice, a beautiful little girl. You're doing great and listening to parents. You're listening to your, paying close attention to your school and what have you. So we want to say all of us from Prudence and Treasure, from Auntie Audrey, from Grandma, and everybody else who want to say happy pre-birthday to you. And tomorrow we'll do, Daddy doesn't make it lazy. We want to do an official commentary on your birthday. So we want to say happy pre-happy birthday, whatever the order is. All right, the next one that I want to talk about, the next person I want to do a shout out to today on the platform. Let me see a couple of people that I want to do the shout out to here. Where are my images? All right, so let's do this. These beautiful girls. Yeah, these are the kids of one of our members here, Delaware Valley chapter. I always forget the beautiful kids, Jaden, Jillian. Yeah, they got these. Sorry guys, I'm an African man, so I don't know these fancy Western names. I grapple with them. But these are our kids. She got multiple titles. The parliamentarian. She also the beautician, the protocol person. She also chief cook for us, chief organizer, Miss Geraldine Verdia, her children, she very active with our chapter here. And so the kids are celebrating a birthday today. So we want to say happy birthday to our young ladies coming up. These are the children that we depend on after we shall have left the scene, that will come to fill in the gap. And so the parents, those of us who are parents, we are doing our best to nurture the best, the next generation of leaders. So we want to say happy birthday to these two beautiful kids. There's another beautiful picture. They are twins, by the way. So that's something you got to know. So, Charlie, keep on the good work you're doing for the kid. They are doing great, and we want to say happy birthday to them again. All right, that's something that I want to get out of the way. Who else I have here for birthday shout out? All right, as you get on, please just hit the share button so your friends can be part of the show. Let's see. Next person that I want to do shout out birthday. This is one of the lawmakers in Liberia. That's Senator Augustine Chie, a special assistant, I think. His name is Kolo Bawi Latin. Hopefully, I got that name right. But Kolo, I met him when I went to Liberia. He's a very nice young guy. I interacted with some of you guys. Great. So we want to say Voice of Sano is for all of us. For all of you out there. So, Kolo, on your special, on your big day, we want to say happy birthday to you. And we wish you many more years. You guys are the ones that are running the various offices of the leaders. A lot of the time, a leader without, a team to work with, you are not a leader. So these guys, they are Kolo and many other guys, they are working with Senator Augustine Chie to run one of our offices in the county or in the country. And so, Chief, we want to say happy birthday to you. All right, another guy that I want to do a birthday shout out to is M. Blai. M. Blai is also celebrating his birthday today. I understand he's the finest man at the Samuel A. Ross Port of Greenville. He works over there. I think he will be part of the team that will be graduating pretty soon. He getting his bachelor's degree in accounting, I think. So Emma is celebrating his birthday today, and we want to say happy birthday to Emma Blai. We wish you many more years. All right, so those are the people that we have a shout out. If you're out there celebrating your birthday, we wish you many more years. And the best life has to offer. All right, that's the birthday shout out I have for you, and that's the birthday greetings for people that are sort of celebrating a birthday. Okay, all right. If you're joining me, my man Lester, how you doing? Welcome on board. All right, so let's see. Let me get to the next talking point. Something that I want to talk about today. All right, so the next thing that I want to do here is to go to the tribune of Honorable Zarzar. Honorable Zarzar, again, if you don't know who he is, he's the political Gandhi of Sano County, the representative of electoral district number 3, Sano County, Republic of Liberia. So over the weekend, the lawmaker was in SINOE County to pay tribute, to pay his last respect to a young man who left, very decent young guy who passed away not naturally, but Afrocentrically. We have a Weza in the county that hunts down people that support Mr. Zarzar. And so we told you the other day what is unfolding in Sano County. We told you the demise of Eric Stanley Togba wasn't something that was natural. It was manipulated by Senator Milton TJ. People don't like to hear that, but I want to say it. And I will tell you why, because I wrote a post and explained to you how he participated. And people were coming at me, they were insulting me, but you know those things that don't move me. Because, but whether you insult Dark Sayapode or not, the facts will be divulged. We'll speak the truth. We'll give you the information. Whether it is comfortable for you or it is not comfortable for you, I am not here to make people comfortable. I'm here to just say the truth as is, whether it is to your liking or not. And also, again, over the weekend on Zarzar, I was in SINOE. So, again, let me showcase his beautiful image. If you don't know who he is, but so far, so good. I think you know who the political Gandhi is. So, this is Mr. Zarzar here. He was in SINOE as somebody who cares for all the people in SINOE County, old and young, short and tall, optically impaired and visually normal. And the list goes on. He cares for everybody. And so he was in SINOE County to pay the respect, a lot of respect to Stanley Togba. Okay, if you don't know who Stanley was, let me show you Stanley's image here. Bright young man, very, I mean, he looks good, nice looking guy. That's a young man's picture over there. He left us. A young man, people that are supposed to take over when the old shall have left the scene. The young ones have now, they are leaving expeditiously. It is not normal expedition. It's again, something is beyond it. And we'll speak to that shortly. And so that's another image for the young man, Stanley Togba. I will respect our condolences to the family. This death affects all of us, and not just the family. Stanley Togba was a staunch political soldier on Zarzar and the people of SINOE County in general. He did a lot in the county. I mean, he was working with GVL. He did his best to make sure that people that are unemployed, I mean, he cannot get everybody on payroll, but he did what he could, at least to get some food or food on the table for some people by giving them jobs. That's another image here for Stanley Togba. All right. That's a young man that just passed. He loves peace. He was very kind. He was family oriented. He was somebody who had a good heart for SINOE County and Liberia in general. During the campaign of Honorable Zarzar, with specific reference to the 2017 elections, this guy, Stanley Togba, went from town to town, from village to village, from city to city, from hamlet to hamlet, from nook to cranny, from door to door, to talk to our people why Honorable Zarzar is the best person to be elected in electoral district number 3. He made the case for the people. And given what he has done in the county, given the magnificent relationship he built with the people hearkened to his message. And therefore, Mr. Zarzar was elected. He was elected by the people overwhelmingly. Sadly, though, this young man just left. He just passed away. After the campaign, he fell ill. Mysteriously, he fell ill. And the Gandhi did his best, sent him to the best hospitals in the country, and did what he could do to salvage, to save the life of this young man. But you know, We got to understand the forces of evil. They are equally powerful. They are equally powerful. So the guy is manipulated. We told you that the senator of SINOE County, Senator Milton T.J., he was elated. He was happy when the death news of Stanley was announced. Senator T.J. was also happy when the death news of the late Nangwe Slaw was announced. He was happy when the death news of the former representative Waba, when it was announced. He was also happy internally, even though he did not show it, when Mabutu Yempa passed away. He only went there. You got to understand this. Senator Teje did not go to the late Representative Waba burial ceremony or the funeral ceremony. He did not go there. He did not attend the funeral ceremony and did not extend greetings or condolences to the family of the late Nangwe Slaw. The young man who passed away from Honorable Zarzar's office, he was from Tajuan. Senator Teje did not bother to say anything. The same thing with Stanley Togba. Stanley Togba passed away. The guys say, oh, Senator Teje and the man, they reconciled. But guess what? That was not the case. Stanley, he was a young man who loves peace. And so when Senator Teje reached out to him, he thought to have a conversation with him. But, Senator Teje read Machiavelli, the philosophy of Machiavelli. And so your enemy will not automatically be your friend. And so Senator Teje said, why is the young man coming closer to me? So we were told that the man, when they reconciled, Senator Teje slapped his back. It wasn't a normal slapping. Okay? He slapped Stanley Togba's back. And since that incident, the young man got sick. And today he's no more. During his burial, people say, you know what, the supporters of the Teje, oh, you know what, the man said, the reconciled. If the man reconciled with Stanley Togba, why didn't he, Senator Teje, why did he go to the funeral? Why did he go? Did he go there to pay respect to the remains of the young man? But our lawmaker, the guy say, okay, he was a supporter of Senator Teje before he died. But Senator Teje did not go to the man's funeral. Why? Why? How is it that this guy reconciled with you? Yeah, you claim that he was a supporter, but he passed away, and you did not go there for his burial. You did not go there to the family. So, SINOE County, this is it. You have to understand the audio that we have in our possession from that was published by Alex Sonimbo Noah. If you listen to that audio keenly, Senator Teje said, Alex Sonimbo took himself to the slaughter hall. Okay? He said the man took himself to the slaughter hall. He didn't say the man took himself to the party hall. He didn't say the man took himself to the dinner hall. He said to the slaughter hall. And you know what happens in the slaughter hall? People die. They kill animals. And that's what they do. And so the slaughter hall, he said, because Alex Sonimbo Noah he's a friend of Duncan. And so he took himself to the slaughter hall. And so Duncan and Sonimbo and anybody who is in that clique, you are in a slaughter hall. And so also it's the same thing with the supporters of Zarzar. Anybody who is associated with Zarzar, Senator Teje, sees you as somebody who is in a slaughter hall. So Eric Stanley Togba was taken to the slaughter hall, and he's no more. And now Senator Teje did not bother to go to a funeral. So that shows you the campaign of the man. because he wants to remain in power in perpetuity. And so anybody who has the potential, he will hunt you down. Okay, Senator Tejo will hunt you down. Once you have the potential to come to leadership, you gotta understand. So you are telling Sonny Ball, you want to tell me I'm the owner of the county, and then and you went to Duncan to prepare you so that when he leaves, so he can take over. So the county is his. So when you pose a threat to him, he eliminates you. So Stanley is gone. And so, but the man who cares for all the young people in SINOE County, all the old people in SINOE County, the entire population on Zarzar went to SINOE this weekend to pay a tribute to the Stanley Togba. Let's listen to this. That was profound. It was deep. The lawmaker was passionate. Let me get to the audio quickly here. The video is actually a video here. 2 clips. Let's listen to that. What the lawmaker said during that ceremony.
Salutary district. Truly, steady. You have faithfully discharged your ordinary duties and now rest with the Lord. Steady. You were an organizer. Steady. You are a true leader. Again, a patriot, a peacemaker. Truly, you deserve every word of praise. You deserve our honor, and we honor you. Our son, our brother and friend, Stanley Togba. Your physical presence is no more with us, but your spirit and your legacy will forever remain with us. I vividly recall how you traveled from village to village and from town to town in a district just to unite our people. As young as you are, I'm touched. I'm touched. Say you want to reunification of our people. You want a reunification of our people. You want a peace. You want unity. I mean, Eric wanted total development for our district and the county. Let the word go forth. We will endeavor to fulfill your goal. We will continue to make peace. We will continue to unite our people. We will continue to develop our district and the county. Eric, we love you. We love God people. Tell God that God is a just God. He will fight your battle. And you will win. You will win the battle of peace. You will win the battle of unity. You will win the battle of development. To the bereaved family, I know you are Christians. You are believers in Jesus Christ. The principle of predestination says that whatever is done in life is predestined by God. I think the first preacher or the first guy that read yes, he said that, and I don't want to repeat. In other words, God decides every action. He gives and he takes. God has agreed for Eric to be with him. God said, vengeance is mine. Eric is resting with Almighty God. Do not grieve. I'm sorry, the protocol dictates that we shouldn't take that long, but I wanted to tell you the reason I believe that it is spirit kind. But let me just, I beg you, Mr. Brogo, man, I beg you. I have a lot of children. During the war, we were all confused. We didn't know what to do. So when my wife and myself met, we decided to say, well, let's divide the children. So my girls, my sister took them to SINOE, brought them to SINOE. My boys, the older ones remain with me. And we sent the other children to Freetown. My girls that went to SINOE, they were the older girls. None of them, Sharon, was taken away by the rebels. He was taken to Argos, to Dimba, then later on he escaped to Argos. The boy and I, we meet in Monrovia, the older boy. When they were encroaching on Monrovia, one day he called me and said, Papa, leave. Because if you do not leave, and we all die together, nobody will think about my younger brothers and sisters. So, but when I die, at least you can make it. So leave. When I left that night, the following day, my house was attacked. Everybody that was there was killed. He was shot fatally, but he didn't die.
All right, so that's the first video of Honorable Zarzar paying homage to Stanley Togba, a great young man of Santa County who just passed away. So the lawmaker pointed out, you left us physically, but your spirit is still with us, because the man believed in peace. And the lawmaker is saying, you know what, we want to make sure your dream of united the people of Santa County, we want to make sure that battle is won. The battle for peace, the battle for unity, and the list goes on. We're going to do everything in our powers to bring your dreams to reality. And you talk about total development as well. And so that was something that Stanley wanted for the people of Santa County. Total. He said total development. He didn't say partial development. Total. So meaning infrastructure and human capacity building. We're going to do that. That's going to be achieved in Santa County. Now, I don't know, the biblical reference sometimes irritates me. You know, when people, they reference the biblical God who was crystal clear and said, thou shalt not kill. And people will say, he gives and he takes. Okay, why is it okay for you to take? But then you have an injunction that says, thou shalt not kill. So I have a problem with these texts sometimes when people cite them, especially when people are grieving. The lawmaker should not be quoting the Bible. At least when I'm listening to it, it irritates me, because they told me that the Bible, the God in the Bible is benevolent. He's loving God. So we're going to loving God will put grief in the hearts of family members. People are crying. And they say, you know what, in the book of Matthew, when you pray for anything sincerely, I will do it. I'm quite sure the people were praying in the edifice, or they prayed and prayed for this guy to get killed when you were sick. But then the deity did not listen. Now, it's not religious lecture here, but I just want to get my concern about these texts that we read. We use it to give ourselves some solace. But I don't think that's a good text. I don't think the Bible is a good book to cite. All right, now let's listen to the major part of the lawmaker's speech that I really love. This is what he said.
So please take courage. That's God's will. Now, Eric and I we have so many conversations, and not to prepare to discuss everything. But so many times, he will tell me, Papa, I want peace. If I will die for peace, I'm depending on you. I have children. Take care of my children. He said, but you know why would you want to kill yourself? He said, well, Papa, I'm prepared to cover the entire country to make peace. if I die for peace, let it be. So, that's why Eric said so many things he said to me, but this one really caught my heart. It was surprising that lately I got to know that Eric had two sets of children. He has his biological children, and he has other children living with him. Let me start with the children that live with Eric. I understand they are 15 and they live in his house here in SINOE. Tell the parents of these children, since they already live in Eric's house, and our county coordinator, Louis Bailo, will get to their schools, we will be fully responsible for this year for all of them. I want my son to go in peace. I don't want him to worry. After this year ends, those children, if all of them will be team B, I will continue to pay their tuition until they finish with high school. Because at that time, they will be on scholarship. And scholarship is for scholars. So when you meet team B, rest assured that Zarzar will be responsible, whether I be government or not, I will be responsible for you to fulfill my son's dream. Eric has biological children. I will say there are 3. One of Eric's friends came last night and said that he is going to be responsible for 2 of them. But as father for all of them, I'm prepared. As long as I live, all of them, I will take care of their schools as well. Eric, stay there. Goodbye. Stay there. I said good afternoon. I said good night. Until we meet again. Until we meet again. Say hello to Van Boy. We will keep the dream alive. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Thank you very much.
All right, that's a representative for electoral district number 3, SINOE County, Republic of Liberia. That's Matthew G. Zarzar, just making that commitment to the biological and non-biological children of Eric Togba, that he's going to take care of them. The biological children, he was clear, when you maintain the grade of B, he's going to support you until you complete high school. The children, he is responsible for them. That's a wonderful man. So I want to say congratulations. We want to say thanks to Mr. Zarzar for this huge commitment. That's great. That's what we need in our leaders, to build the next generation of leaders, so that after they shall have left the scene, another group of people will be prepared to take on the baton. So I want to say thanks to Zarzar for that passionate speech in memory of Stanley Togba. But like I told you, the people said Senator Teji, Togba was a supporter of Senator Teji, but Senator Teji did not go there. He doesn't care for the children of Stanley. So the guys were insulting me the other day. Whatever you're saying, but Senator Teji is not true. The people reconcile. So if they reconciled, why didn't Senator Teji go there to pay homage to Stanley? Why? Why didn't he go there? Oh, I forgot. Senator Teji sees Zarzar as an enemy. So anywhere Zarzar goes, Senator Teji doesn't want to go there. But the guy, they just told me that Stanley is your supporter. So whether Zarzar is somewhere or not, he got to go. Whether in good times or in bad times, you got to go show your solidarity. But he didn't do that. So we are bringing these things out, building the case towards 2023. Do you want a leader when somebody dies that wouldn't care? Or you want a leader who cares for the people, who will take care of the children of the deceased? Do you want somebody, whether living or dead, who cares for everybody, or you want somebody who only cares for few people? People that will sing hallelujah to him. Is that the person you want? So you can see the case to what 2023 is being built. It is up to you, 2023, to take a man who doesn't care in the midst of coronavirus, who will get on his radio station, which we call Radio Gigari inside the county, which other people will call Radio Liberté or Liberté Radio. It's called Liberté, it's called Radio Kigali. If you know the history of Radio Kigali in Rwanda, the guys used it to put the people together. And that's how Senator Togba uses his station inside the county to polarize the people, to cause conflict. And so when Corona started in Liberia, he went on his radio, instead of telling the people how to wash your hands, what to do to be safe. The man went there making bogus allegations against the leaders, the local leaders of Sino County, the superintendents, and other guys. So 2023, is that a man? Do you want a man who says that Sino County legislative caucus amounts to nothing, and therefore he fired himself from the caucus? Is that the man you want? The man you gave a job, and after you shall have given him the job, you say, you know, I don't care for you. Your legislative caucus amounts to nothing. What amounts to something is treasure. That's what I care about. The man who was fired for the sixth person and removed them from payroll. In a country where we do not have jobs, where people are struggling for jobs, for employment opportunity, 46 persons were removed from payroll. Is that the man you want? Do you want the man, the district in the county, the Sincon statutory district? People are looking for jobs. The man blocked the people from getting jobs in the county. Is that the man you want? A legitimate district in the county where the people, you can employ a lot of people. The guys blocked people. St. Ellen Johnson Salih time. George Weah time, they were putting leaflets of communication. They would pay journalists and say they will write a book of district, resources in Sino. Is that the man you want? The man who doesn't want people to get employment? The man who wrote a bill to make rape billable in Liberia. When people rape children, they pay money and they walk away free. Is that the man you want? Do you want a man who sponsor a bill to confiscate people's land inside the county? Is that the man you want 2023? We are telling you the history of this man. It's gradual. The man who did not go to the funeral of the late Numbers Law. He did not go to the funeral of the late Waba. He did not go to the funeral of Stanley Togba. He did not go to the funeral of the other young man, I just forgot his name, that died from Zarzar's office. He did not go there. He doesn't care. Is that the man you want to be your senator? The man who has been in Congress for almost 6 years and he hasn't sponsored one bill to benefit the people of Sino County. The man who was declared guilty for corruption. Is that the man you want? The man who is on record telling you corruption power, I get it. Is that the man you want 2023? Is that the man you want? Or you want the political Gandhi? Who cares? Who heart is filled with benevolence? Who wants to seek the interests of the people? Who believes in the first principle is education empowerment of the people? That's how you want. If you want to then 2023. So you are seeing what this man is doing consistently. He's telling you, Alex Sonnenborn Noah, you are taking yourself to the slaughter hall, and I will do everything to slaughter you. He has eliminated your man already. Creighton Duncan, he said, you know what, Creighton Duncan is in the slaughter hall already. And that is why when Numbers Law, because Numbers Law and Creighton Duncan, they were friends. And that's why when Creighton Numbers Law passed away, Senator Togba did not fought. He did not call the family. He did not do anything. Because Numbers Law took himself to the slaughter hall. And he got a couple of people still in the slaughter hall that he's haunting. Sino County is in a total mess. until we can liberate ourselves democratically. 2023. The country will continue to gyrate and meander at the same point. It is up to you to play the tribal card. Why the people, their children are in good schools. I'm talking about TJ. I'm a Zarzar children are in school. And that is why also he's taking the responsibility to say, you know what, I'm going to help other people's children as well. And that is why he worked, industriously. That is why he worked relentlessly to have a community college in SINOE County. He was the co-sponsor. He built many schools. When he was the assistant minister at the Ministry of Education, many schools across the country because he wants the people to be educated so that they will not be beggars. And I can go on and on. So we want to say thanks to Honorable Zarzar for 14 the academic burden of Stanley's children. I want to say thanks to the lawmaker. Now let's go to the next thing. If you're just joining me, welcome aboard. I'm saying Mr. William Sua, welcome. Hilton, how you doing? Welcome. Mr. James Panto, Seafa Dripper, how you doing, Chief? Welcome aboard. Milton Shigwe, how you doing? Donna Riches, my buddy, how you doing, sir? Cloudwood Manning, how you doing, sir? All right, so I recognize the rest of the people earlier. All right, let's see some of the comment or training here. Let me engage with your statement. I'm watching you from my proper corner in Loken Town. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. I understand Hilton Jero also has a political ambition to contest in electoral district number 3, SINOE County, and so we'll make an arrangement to bring the brother on too, so we can talk to him and see what is it that he is planning for SINOE County electoral district number 3. So Hilton, be on the lookout for an invite from me. All right. So these are the comments I'm looking at. I'm watching. You're from Loken Town, Baza Town. Okay. All right. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Okay, Nangbe. All right. Let's go to the next thing here that I want to talk about today. The next one that I want to talk about here is called revisiting the letter of the bull and the voucher of the executive. All right, so by that I mean I'm bringing you to the United States now. We have the United Support Association in Americas, and right now the organization is in turmoil, leadership turmoil, and so because of that we have these different things going on. I mean, the president doesn't want to listen to the executive, but then he is incessantly asking or sending out communications for money to be disbursed to different people. But meanwhile, when the board, which is the second highest entity within the organization, they give instruction to follow, the president will brush those guys aside. And so we want to see what is going on between the board and executive. I think I had a communication the other day when I spoke with Madam Kalajaba the Foley, but that show was exclusively for an interview. And so I didn't go in that lecture to break it down, to show you things that if you have read it, you did not see, or to look at the voucher, to review it with you, because my job here is to provide the information to you. All right, so let's look at the voucher first from the executive. All right, and then we'll look at the board's letter. Here's the voucher. Give me a second. Let me put that out there quickly. This is it. Let me get to my copy here. It's small on my side. Let me look at my copy from my phone so we can look at it together. Give me a second here. Where's my document quickly? It's coming up here. So welcome, guys. If you just give me just share if you get on, please. Just share for me, and that's how we go about. Let me see. This is coming up quickly. Voucher right here. Where are you? It is right here. Where is my voucher? Let's see. No, so what you do here, guys? Give me a second. It's right here. I got it. I got a bunch of documents. All right, boom, right here. Is that one? No, it's a different copy. Yeah, this is the $7,000 one. Yeah, I think it's discussed the one before this one. Okay, but the voucher that it was the one that was sent, the 2,500 for Madam Shidema to be compensated. She's not well. She's one of our board members. And so the president is making a proposal, actually not proposal, but the president wants us to take 2,500 from our account to give it to Madam Shedema, which I think is a good thing. But the way the president is going about it is the problem. The last convention in North Dakota, there were teams, the president set a team to review the Constitution. We have a lot of issues in the Constitution, so the president set a team for the guys to review the Constitution. The guys did, and they came up with some recommendations. Let me play this video quickly.
Held in the city of Fargo, North Dakota, August 22 to the 25th. Resolutions that the election for the board of directors be suspended and that the constitution be revised. That one unit nursing color be built, comprised 3-bedroom at a cost of $30,000 United States dollars. Revised Constitution. That the National Assembly elect 9 board members, 9 board of directors members, and that no more than 2 board members shall come from a chapter. That 9 elected board members hold election after every 3 years beginning from next year 2020. That anyone who intends to be elected to the board of directors shall make a registration fees of $200. That the executive shall establish a voucher system to effect withdrawal. The president shall submit requests to the board of directors, and approval from the board shall be communicated electronically through emails and fax. That the board of directors shall approve and submit a budget within 2 weeks from the date the budget was submitted. If it does not respond within a given time frame, it shall be considered automatically approved. That the issues of bereavement shall be turned over to the national executive officers as a policy issue. Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
All right, so that's the last one there. That's what I wanted to deal with. The issue of bereavement should be left to the executive for policy issue. So they will come up with policy how we're going to go about bereavement and when people are sick and when people are having good times, somebody graduates and stuff like that. what are we going to do? So the resolution from North Dakota says that it will be the executive will craft a policy that we use. Okay. Now, Madam Shetterman, we are happy she is alive, she's fine. But the president has not produced the policy regarding sickness and death and everything in our community. But then we are talking about almost one. I mean, we went to North Dakota last year, 2019, actually not 2020. So 2019 we went to North Dakota, and we are now in 2021. There is no policy in place. But then the president is calling meetings after meetings and sending out communication to call people how to. Okay, maybe the policy now is to congregate on teleconferences, and then you decide what will be used or what will be given to somebody. But then you put it in writing so we can know, yes, the policy. The policy is when somebody dies, when somebody graduates, when something positive happens, we will meet on a teleconference and decide what to give. Then we'll know for sure. But the executive, President General Administration, has not given you any paper. But the man is sending communications all over the place, sending voucher. We have withdrawn 3,000. We have withdrawn 15,000. And he's taking money from the account arbitrarily without the imprimatur of the board of directors. Per the Constitution, the guys got to give, they have to receive the endorsement of the board before a dime can be taken from our account. But the president sent a communication the other day. This is just for paper trail. Basically, we took the money from there already, and we are just sending you this communication to put ourselves on record that we took the money. Okay? That's part of the definition of arrogance. That's part of the definition of insolence, impudence, and you can go on. It's disrespect to the other people. We are working together as a team, and you're sending communication. I am only sending you this for a paper trail. I have done what I'm supposed to do, and I'm just telling you this to let you know I've done what is not in my constitutional bailiwick. I'm just doing my own thing right now. I don't care for you, basically. That's what the president is doing professionally. So when he send the voucher, but the board too, they know what I say, well, even though you withdrew the money already, but this is what we want to do. Which I thought it was a pro forma exercise. You just did it for formality. The man told you already, I took the money. I'm only sending you this for paper trail. I don't care. I don't give a damn about you, what you say. That's what President Gio was saying today in other words. I don't care about you, sir. You, after all, I mean, you are not above me. I am above you. I am a king. I am the Ayatollah. I am a dictator. And so I don't listen to anybody. I do whatever pleases me. So President Gio, we got the resolutions the guy just read. His own team that is set up. He is using the voucher system, right? That's what he's using now to send voucher all over the place. But say, where is the policy when it comes to when people are sick? As a matter of fact, the resolutions for North Dakota, they are not being put in circulation. They have not been put in the Constitution. Nothing. Over 2 years ago. But the guys are still calling meetings. You guys come, we want to send money, we want to generate how much we'll give the other family. But say we have been giving you money. We'll give you $10,000 to help our people in Liberia. In the midst of COVID, we'll give you the $10,000. No, nothing has been done as we speak. President Gio has not said anything. He hasn't sent the people money, no report, anything, nothing. When College Ebola was going, I mean, the late Mobutu Yimpandev, officials were going to Liberia, they sent the vice president, the College Ebola, she was going, they allocated $3,000 for her as well. We don't know the whereabouts of that money. No report from the president. Okay? So he continues to ask for money. Meanwhile, no document for us to operate by. We are just doing things now randomly. It's arbitrary. The man wakes up in the morning. You say, you know what? The organization is being governed by my whims and caprices. Whatever I want, that what goes. Will be govern the organization with my impulses. That's it. You like it or you don't like it, that's your business. My constitutional time expired already, and I don't care. I do whatever I want to do. And you know what the president is doing that? Because the board of directors are spineless. When I say that, oh, the guy don't know how to talk to people. Yes. Being spineless basically means you are weak. You are not standing up to this guy. We don't want the organization to break apart and da. And so Green should do anything he wants to do because we don't want the organization to break apart. The man sending $15,000, $16,000 budget to you to go and dedicate building in Liberia. He's telling you, you know what, I withdraw money already. I just sending you for voucher, for record. Is that what you want? All right, so the board now, they send communication to the president to let him know that they are the ones in charge. So they send this communication right here to him. But the man doesn't care. The guys will write all these long stuff and they want to say, oh, no book. And Green will say, no, I don't get time for the nonsense. This total nonsense. I don't care for it. And that's what it means. So let me share the communication. Where is it? From the book. Yeah, the book communication over there is sent to him. Let me get to my copy here too. Bunch of copies I got all over the place here. Yeah, the president, the organization is not being used for the internal purpose. It's being used now for a different thing. It's a click system right now. So the president, the board wrote the president. This one was February the 10th, they sent this letter to the president. You can read it on your screen. Mr. G. Green Gidio, GG if you want. The National President of the United States Association in Americas, Minnesota, and dear Mr. Gidio. That's the board writing the president now. All right, listen to what they say here. I bring you greetings on behalf of the members of the Board of Directors of the United States Association in Americas and wish to inform you that on February 6, 2021, the Board of Directors of the USAA met via teleconference and discussed the voucher you sent to the Board of Directors through Mr. Darius Moore, the National Treasurer of the USA. According to Mr. Moore, the voucher is intended for paper trail purposes. To the board, okay, the paper trail here is not spelled right, but hey, it could be a typo. All right, it's a paper tray, T-R-A-Y. No, it's T-R-I-A-L. But hey, anyway, paper trail purposes to the Board of Directors, and that the executive committee is in the process of disbursing. Okay, it's in the process of disbursing the sum of $2,500 or $2,500 to Honorable Dorothy Chatterman, a member of the Board of Directors who is currently ill and require medical treatment. Thank you, Mr. President, for your farsightedness of bringing. It's a full-sightedness. The guy got to look at the communication when he's writing there. Your farsightedness, it should be, of bringing this urgent matter of providing financial assistance to a member of USAA who is currently facing facing difficult health crisis, and to the attention of the Board of Directors. We highly appreciate your visionary proposal. All right, so this next section here, let me go to the next one so you can be part of it. So that's the next section of it there. It goes on to say, the board wrote the complete letter of the board. The other time already, we didn't show you, because I like to show you the whole thing. However, the board said, considering the vast number of USAP members or USAA members who are currently experiencing serious health conditions, the board of directors has resolved that the executive committee suspend the disbursement of any fund until the following issues are addressed. Okay, so these are the things they sent to the president. All right. Again, this is pro forma. They're just doing it for the records. The president doesn't honor these things. So they gave me 3 things to do. One, Mr. President, they said that the executive committee should develop an official policy to address the issue of benefits for sick members of USAA within the United States. Okay, that's the first thing the board said. You have to, because it is also in keeping with the resolution from North Dakota. Because for North Dakota, they said, give a policy with respect to bereavement and those things. So the board basically, they are re-echoing and say, we need something. The executive should, there's a recommendation. This is a team. Even the president could reach out to the guy and say, man, let's brainstorm, you come up with something. But the guy doesn't want to listen to anybody. That the executive committee should develop an official policy, okay, to address the issue of benefits for sick members of USAA within the United States. Number two recommendation I gave the president, that a complete listing of all members of USAA who are sick and need help be developed to avoid discrimination and encourage equal and sustainable benefits distribution. Okay, so they want a listing of the people that are not well, so that some people will not say, oh, I was sick and nobody cares for me and da. But now, you see, if we go by this recommendation of the board, if we follow it, guess what? The United States Association will be nothing but bereavement payment or paying bereaved people association. That's what it will be. Association for compensating bereaved and sick people. That's what it's going to be. Because if you say that a complete listing of all members of USA who are sick and need help be developed to avoid discrimination and encourage equal sustainable benefit distribution. Hey, and the next one here they say, listen to what it said, that the executive committee contact the various chapter of president to help in the process of developing the list of all sick members and contribute ideas regarding how to address the health crisis. All right, now, so assuming the presidents, because nobody wants to be discriminated against, so we can make the Delaware Valley chapter now. If you ask me, because I'm the secretary, you ask me, I will make a long list in Senate. North Dakota will make a long list in Senate. Iowa will make a long list in Senate. North Carolina will make a long list. Florida will do the same thing. How much will be left in the USAA account? How much? So this recommendation is a recipe for disaster. Because if they send all those names, what are you going to do to verify them? Are you going to do survey to verify what the names they put on the people, they're actually accurate? I could put people from Liberia name there. How do you know? And so United States Association say we should do survey, we should make sure and put all the sick people. Okay, when you say sick, what's the gravity of the sickness you're talking about? What? I mean, so you got to define these things. You can just send it, but President and see while your account will not go empty. It will deplete your account if you do that. You'll just be paying benefits to sick people. Somebody gets cold, put a person name there. Somebody gets headache, or put a person name there. So you got to define when you say sick people, what kind of sick people are we talking about? What kind of sickness? That defines sickness. All right. So that's what docs are you put is there to look at these documents. I mean, sometimes they can sound good, but then when we look into it, it develops problems for us. All right. So they said the president should develop policy, but the president doesn't care to do these things. Nothing. He just wants money. He will just send a letter and say, oh, I've taken this amount. So he goes to the boss and, Mr. President, please note that you are making a serious mistake or error by claiming that you possess the power to use the sample people's money without approval of the board of directors. Please be reminded that the board of directors is the only entity which reserves the power to approve the disbursement of funds within the USAA. Therefore, on behalf of the members of the board of directors, I'm hereby appealing to you to honor this communication and delay the release of funds to any member of USAA until the above-mentioned actions are taken. All right, so this is a letter from the chairman of the board of directors, Mr. ESOTERIC. But since the letter was sent, nothing from President Gio. President Gio said, that's a waste of ink. We don't get time for this guy. We're going ahead and doing our own thing. We'll do our own thing. And so he played these tricks to pit the people against the board. So say, for example, when the board objects to giving the 2,500 to Manashedema, it was, oh, you know what? I proposed it, and the guys refused. So it's on the board. It's not my fault. So now he is calling another meeting tomorrow. Will be meeting for the late Honorable Johnny Clark to have a meeting so we can deliberate how much we want to disburse. That's why we say, Mr. President, that should be policy. Once the policy is in place, we don't have to call teleconference. We know exactly what to do. So when we come up with policy, we say maybe everybody that crossed the board, something happens. The good thing, maybe 200. The bad thing, $200 or $300. Whatever the case will be, we'll come up with document. But President Gio doesn't want to honor his own thing. The guys that he set up, the team that he established in North Dakota, headed by SINOE, they came out with resolution recommendations. And the president said, you know what? I settle you guys. I don't care for your recommendations. So I'm not going to follow them. So what's the leadership we have? All right. And so that's a letter revisitation of those things so that you can know, you can have this thing on mind as we go along. All right. I just wanted to share that with you. Let's see here. Now, before we get going, let me get to something here before I go to the next thing here. I think I'll take you a quick commercial break. I'll be right back.
Hey, records.
Master LC on the beat. I'm leaving you to Gallo. To all about to Gallo. Don't run away to Gallo, man. A better well, Gallo. The way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me. Oh wow, oh wow, wow, oh wow. You get your star, I get my star. Oh wow, don't envy me for my star. Oh wow, running mortgage from my shine. Oh wow, I get all. Oh wow, what the hell, yo? Now what the hell, yo? What the hell, yo? Now what the hell, yo? Oh wow, oh wow, wow, oh wow. You get your star, I get my star. Oh wow, don't envy me for my star. Oh wow, running mortgage from my shine. Oh wow, I get all. Oh wow, what the hell, yo? Then why say the more? I say the more. I will get there. 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 The way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me. Oh wow, oh wow, wow, oh wow. You get your star, I get my star. Oh wow, don't envy me for my star. Oh wow, running mortgage from my shine. Oh wow, I get all. Oh wow, what the hell, yo? I'm leaving you to Gallo. To all about to Gallo. Don't run away to Gallo, man. A better well, Gallo. The way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me. Oh wow.
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of SINOE. So quickly, we want to just a short section here. I just want to give you a little bit of tips with respect to the United States Association Constitution. So we call this familiarization with USAA Constitution. Okay, so I just want to give you little provisions in the Constitution, and we'll be doing it gradually. Okay, so let's get to the first one here that I want to share with you. Let's see now in specific order, but we got to share these things with you so that you will be in the know. Okay, the first one here that I want to, let me get that bullet point down so it doesn't black. All right, so if you look at that, that provision over there from the Constitution of the USAA, and it's Article 12 of the Constitution that talks about General Assembly. All right. So oftentimes the president and his team, they will cite they'll say the General Assembly. The General Assembly. And in our Constitution, the Constitution does not talk about people meeting on teleconference constituting General Assembly. No, it didn't say that. So that's why I want us to read these things. So the first one that you're looking at is General Assembly. All powers and authority of the association shall be vested in the General Assembly. Membership sitting in convention. People that are sitting in convention, those are the people we call General Assembly according to the Constitution. Okay, the Constitution is a document that we use in our law book. All right, it tells us what to do. So it's saying the people sitting in convention will be General Assembly, not teleconference. Okay, until the teleconference is added in the Constitution, if we go to the next convention and they say, okay, people that meet on teleconference, they also part of General Assembly, then of course we can go about that. But other than that, we are doing something different. Or what the president is doing is wrong. It's not constitutional. All right. So the next one here, it says under that Article 2, the second article, Section 2, the General Assembly shall be the highest and final decision-making body of the association. All decisions of the body shall be binding on all members and chapters of the association. All members of the General Assembly shall comprise of all due-paying members of the association. Okay, so the people that will meet during convention, the decision that we make is what we call General Assembly. Okay, the decision from that group, whether in North Dakota, whether in Florida, whatever state, the people will have physical convention. All right. The decision from there is called the decision of the General Assembly, not teleconference. And so oftentimes the president will call teleconference and few people will go on the teleconference and say, the General Assembly says. That's not General Assembly. That is the destruction. That is the twisting and the flagrant violation of the Constitution. No, nothing in the Constitution says teleconference, people that gather on teleconference, they make the final decision or whatever they say is binding on the rest of the members. No, it's not. Until the president and his team can point that out, the guys are contravening the Constitution. All right. So that's why I'm bringing these things so we can know them. Let's go to the next one here. Now in specific order, this one is Article 10 of the USAA Constitution. All right. And they're talking about the organizational structure. So this one, they say the structure, the organizational structure of the United States Association in Americas shall consist of 3 principal organs, and they name them A, General Assembly. Okay, the people that meet in convention at the General Assembly. Then the next group, they say Board of Directors. Okay, and then the last is National Executive Committee. Okay, that's the structure of the organization. Do you see any elders council over there? No. Elders council is something that is perfunctory. It's not original. When it comes to the power structure of the organization, it's extraneous. You know, that's the traditional aspect of the way that people know our tradition. We can't negate it. So the structure, that's the structure of the organization. And so the General Assembly, once they are not available, a lot of the responsibilities now they devolve to the board of directors, and they will take care of things. Okay, they will direct the president what to do and what not to do. Now, if you talk about a National Executive Committee, okay, that committee comprises of all the chapters in the union and the national president cabinet. So all the president in the union and the president, the national president of the team, they constitute the National Executive Committee. But oftentimes the president doesn't consult with the rest of the presidents in the union. He will just call a committee on the national executive members. They come out with something arbitrary, then they put it out there. They don't consult with the members of the national executive committees, the chapter presidents. The chapters are the pillars and major pillars of the organization. Those are the guys, the presidents are the ones that really generate the funds. Okay? But the president times, especially when it comes to financial decision making, you sideline those people. He doesn't care. All right? So let's go to the next provision that I want to share with you in the Constitution so you can know. Now you know the structure. The General Assembly, the Board of Directors, and the National Executive Committee on the Board of Directors. All right? Let's go to the next one that I want to share with you. So this one is also on the financial, the disbursement policy. Okay, the policy when it comes to want to put money out and that stuff like that, how money can go out, who can do what. And so here section 1.9.0, disbursement of funding. Okay, the money they're talking about now. So if you look at 1.9 or 1.9 and 1, it says that all funding more than $500 shall require the approval of the Board of Directors of the United States Association in Americas. Okay, that is your Constitution talking. Anything $500 or above were required, they should get the approval of the Board of Directors. Okay, but our president said, no, I don't care for those guys. I will take $2,500. I will send you the voucher, and just to remind you, all right. Just to let you know, I took the money already. It's a constitutional violation. The president is breaking the Constitution. But the Board of Directors, they could impeach the guy. They could take him from out of power. In the absence of the General Assembly, they are in charge. I mean, even though the Constitution says the General Assembly can impeach the president. But if the guys are the second in command, they can also suspend or take the president out of power, because what President Gio is doing right now is on a financial fishing expedition. He's on a fishing expedition right now. He want to make sure and leave the organization broke. That's his goal. And so that's why he wants to go to Labrador. I want 16,000. Okay? So that's it. So the board is the arm the Constitution gives power to approve money. Anything above $500. Now, let's go to the next one here. So the next one here, we talk about the powers, right? That is powers I was talking about earlier. And so over here, in the absence of the General Assembly, all corporate powers shall be exercised by or on the authority of the board, and the affairs of the United States Association in Americas shall be managed on the direction of the board, except as otherwise provided by these bylaws. It is clear, okay? In the absence of the General Assembly, all corporate powers shall be exercised by the or on the authority of the board, and the affairs of the United States Association in Americas shall be managed under the direction, keyword over there, under the direction, the affairs of the United States Association, you will be managed. What? You say what? Under the direction. It's not say under the direction of the executive. It's under the direction of the board of directors, except as otherwise provided. Okay, and then it go there, section 2.2. It says, the board shall have no authority to alter decision made by the General Assembly. It shall work along with the National Executive Committee in the implementation of the resolution, let's say, adopted by the General Assembly. Okay? So they're going to work with the executive, but when they go try to work with the executive will become cantankerous. They will become intransigent. And so how do you work with people like that? Section 3, they say, talking about the powers of the board. It shall elect its leadership. Okay, that's not my interest right now. So how they elect the members is not. But those things, little things that are telling you the structure of the organization. In the absence of the board, the General Assembly, the board is in charge of the organization, and the affairs of the organization will be run on the direction of the board. That's what the Constitution says. All right, it's not on the direction of the president or the executive. No. All right. So the last one that I want to share with you here, with the constitutional aspect of the discussion here today, is let's see. Let me put that familiarization. All right. So we are familiarizing ourselves with the Constitution here, and so it goes on the next one here. And I want to share section 1.9.2. All funding that is 500, okay, or less shall be approved by the national president, or at the local chapter level, the local president shall approve of the amount. Okay, so this is the provision that the president has been playing with. Okay, let me see. Let me come back here so that you can see my beautiful. I want to take something about that. You see, so the Constitution says anything above $500, the board got to approve it. Then they say anything less than $500 or less, okay, $500 or less, or below that, the president, the national president can approve that amount, and the local chapter presidents can also approve that amount. Now, so assuming that, the national president and team, they've been playing with that provision and say, okay, you know what, we're going to take $500 today. We'll rest again because there is no limitation. The Constitution did not put a limitation on it. So it's saying today we'll take $500. It's within the scope of the president. Tomorrow, the next day, they take another $500. The next day, they take another $500. So they assume that's what is happening, right? So the local chapters, their president, they have such authority. So the local president to Francois Claude Myers can wake up in the morning and say, let's go to the account, $500. Let me take mine. All right? The next day, she wakes up and says, $500. Let me go take my $500 again. And we do that. Not Dakota, the same thing. President Kuro say, let me go take my $500 too. Let me take my $500 every day. Next day, they do the same thing. The same thing with Mr. Youngley in North Dakota, or North Carolina, actually. Florida, President Brown will say, okay, let me go take my $500. Iowa will say, let me go take my $500. It's within the scope of the president. So if the guys play this game, the organization will go broke. Because that means the local president too, they will say, I want to travel to Liberia. So maybe let me try to buy my ticket, $500 today. Tomorrow, that $500, that $1,000 already. I got my ticket money already. So we shouldn't play these games on the document. The document, it is understood. And if you go to that same provision, under that, the next chapter, the next provision says, all funding requests, because they say request over there. So before you take that money, it has to be requested. From where? From the board. You have to send a communication to the board, because when you say request, you are not requesting it from yourself. Somebody above you that's supposed to that you are requesting it from. So basically, you send a communication. We're about to take this amount because it's me, our school. So you read a communication, you send it to the board. So you have to make that request. So they say all. They not say some. They say all requests. Okay. All funding. Okay. When they say funding, that money they're talking about. All funding requests shall be supported by a budget that must be discussed, if at the national level, with the National Executive Committee members, and the local with the local executive committee members of the association. Okay, so So is it at the national level? So when you're talking about the national again, we are talking about the National Executive Committee, the various presidents in the union. So the president will call the various presidents of the various chapters so that he can discuss it. Oh, taking $500. Okay, then they talk about it. Okay, at the local level, the president can call the officials and they can talk about it. All right, but it has to also be to the knowledge of the board of directors. You can't do it in isolation to the board. Then you'll be breaching the Constitution. All right, and so these are some of the things, the constitutional provisions that I want to discuss today, so that we will know the document. We have to familiarize ourselves with these documents, with our document, and so that when the guys are doing the wrong thing, we know exactly and say, no, this is not what it is. You know, you can always come to the podcast and look at the video and listen to it over and over. I mean, I'll be doing this so that we can know the document as we go along, because if we don't know, you can't speak to something that you don't know of. You got to get information and then you can speak to something. All right, let's go to the next thing that I want to talk about today. All right, the next thing that I want to talk about here is let's see. Before I repeat the same thing, I want to talk about this young man, Barcelious Zarzar. Called Determination and Hardwork Breed Success. The case of Barcelious T. Zarzar. Okay, Barcelious Zarzar is a young man who is doing extremely well in the U.S. military. You know, he's doing great. And so we got to give him the flower he deserves. The young man is making it proud. That's Barcelious right here. So Barcelious was recently, he received its letter from the, let me get to the letter quickly. I thought I didn't download it here. No. All right. Yeah, but I will read it from my device here. So Barcelious Zarzar is U.S. military officer currently based in South Africa, Pretoria, South Africa. Represents the State Department over there. So recently he was sent official letter. So I'll read that letter to you from the Department of the Army, Chief of Staff, G4 SGM. I mean, I don't know all the military stuff though, so I just and this sergeant. So in the U.S., to be a master sergeant is a huge task. Yeah, it's a huge challenge because they have the enlistment level and they got the officer level. So at the enlistment level, where Zarzar is right now, it's called the E6. So it's the highest from the enlistment level. You know, so he reached the higher level, and now the guy is a big guy in the army. He's doing great. And so, but this is why I want to share the communication with you. He been to various countries. He was in Iraq, the Iraq War. He was there. He went to Kuwait. He went to Germany. He went to South Korea and different countries. I mean, the guy he's awesome. All right. So now the military, the people wrote here, the man is going up. I said, Dear Master Sergeant Zarzar, congratulations on your selection to attend the NCO. I don't know. NCO is a big, I don't know what that means. We'll have to talk to him next time so we can know what that means. So NCO Leadership Center of Excellence. Okay. Let me read that. Congratulations on your selection to attend the NCO Leadership Center of Excellence, Sergeant's Major Academy. Okay. So you're going to be the Sergeant's Major Academy. Okay, you're going to be going to the academy. This is truly a proud and honorable moment for you, your loved ones, and the logistics community. Your selection is a true indicator of your commitment to excellence, demonstrated leadership, and selfless service to your soldiers and the United States Army. It goes on to say, this selection attests to the confidence that the Army has in your professionalism and potential to serve in levels of increased responsibility. Your leadership will continue to help inspire our soldiers and strengthen the force. I encourage you to continue your path to success and become a game changer as you face new challenges in your continued service to the logistics community and to our Army. Again, congratulations and best regards to your future. Sincerely, the guy Jimmy J. Sellers, Army G4 Sergeant Major. Okay, so that's Barcelious Zarzar. He's currently the U.S. State Department Plenipotentiary to South Africa. Now he has been elevated. He has to go to the Sergeant's Major Academy. Okay, so that he advanced education. So he's going to go for maybe at least 2 or 3 years of training. And at that level, once he graduates, the man will be a vassal to generals. I mean, from 4-star generals down. All right, so he's up there. Once he completes that training, I think it's 3, maximum 3 or less 2 years. So after the training, he'll be coming back to the U.S. to go to El Paso, Texas, and do the training. After the completion of that, the man will be a top-notch guy. He's already a top-notch guy in the U.S. Army, and now he's going at another level. And so, Barcelious, we are very proud of you as a family. You are making us proud, the family, from the family level to the community level, to the ethnic level, to the national level, and to the global level. You are making us proud. And so we want to say congratulations. Keep up the hard work. The U.S. is what they call the land of opportunities. The guy came here as a refugee, like all of us, or many of us, if you like. And he has been committed and to excellence that the communication indicated. So he's doing everything to be the best in his area. And that's how it's supposed to be. If you select a field somewhere to go, be the best. Yeah, I think that King spoke of that. If you want to be the best street sweeper, be the best. That having ever clap and say, "Oh yeah, once they live a street sweeper, and stuff like that." So Barcelious is doing his best and making a proud brother. So we want to say congratulations, continue the good work, and we are with you morally, ethically, and otherwise. All right, that's the determination of Barcelious. I said, when this guy can do it, all of us, anybody can do it. You just have to have a vision, make sure you're committed to your dream, and be humble. And eventually you'll get there. And the guy is climbing the ladder. He goes to Liberia right now. Maybe general in the Army. At the level right now, you're about to be advancing U.S. generals. So that's Barcelious. I want to just share that with you. Very wonderful young man, and we are proud of you, brother. All right, let's go to the next thing that I want to talk about for today. And we are getting there to wrapping up here. All right, so the next second to last, and I want to talk about here is we're going to go to Grand Jita County. Hopefully, I got that county right. Otherwise, we're going to make that correction next time. But E. Madison Gwen is the best for Grand Jita County Electoral District number 2, and that's my view. Okay, so let me put this flyer up here. That's actually it's District number 1. Okay, next time we'll make that correction. So it's District number 1. Let me make that correction quickly. So E. Madison Gwen is the right person senior, in my view. I know him from Ghana. Very brilliant man. Actually, he taught me in high school. Yeah, he taught me English. Not because he taught me English, he was my teacher before, and that's why I supported him now. It's because I think even on the CAM, I think the Graduate Association, one of the community, he was actively involved in on the CAM, the refugee stuff. He was very active, representing people, and actively involved in our community organizations and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not here to profile him, but the little bit I know about him, even in school, he was very respected from his colleagues all the way to the students. He was a highly respected man. So Madison Gwen, I think it would be a good decision for Grand Jeddah County if he is elected to fill in the gap left by Honorable Zoe Pennon, because Zoe Pennon was taken to the Senate. And so electoral district number 1 in Grand Jeddah County is currently open. The by-election will be coming up pretty soon. And those that are supporting Mr. Gwion, they are in the right direction. And that's what, you see, when you put in the right people in power, you send the right people to power, you get better results. And so we want better results for SINOE County. We want better results for Grand Jeddah County. We want better results for Nima County. We want better results for Lofa County. All the counties in Liberia. So once we get better results, those various geographical subdivisions of the country, they make up the country. So once those divisions are doing good, the country will be doing well. Before those areas do good, we need good leaders to represent those various geographical subdivisions in the country. And so Mr. Gwion is a good choice for district number 1, Grand Jeddah County. We are ready for a brighter Grand Jeddah district number 1. I also agree with that. The time for true change. All right. As time goes by, we will tell you, we'll share with you Mr. Madison Gwion, Mr. Gwion's platform. We'll share with you. I'm on this one. We're going to make sure that we get him in a seat to occupy that slot in Grand Jeddah County. He's a very nice man. He will do a good job. He knows what he talks about. I was on his tutelage before. That's what I know. So, you have to put people somewhere that know what they're talking about, what to do. I mean, a lot of guys, when I listen to them in Congress in Liberia, they don't know what they're talking about. I mean, like, so I listen, I'm like, is there a high school debate or discussion, the guys, or maybe elementary school? Because some of those things, they are so basic, for what the guys say. And so we need people that know the material, that are advanced in their thinking, and we need people that Madison going to represent Grand Jeddah County electoral district number 1. Yeah, you will be a very good choice for that district. Yes. All right, so yeah, let me see. Mr. Panto said the USA is not fall to some of us doing USA business at the time. I said, okay, yeah. So that's something I wanted to talk about. Watching from Tajo Statutory District. Okay, Prince. Thanks for watching, buddy. All right, that's something I wanted to talk about. Just Mr. Gwion, it's a little bit something I just wanted to share with you on that. And let's do the last one here. We'll call it a day. The last one here for tonight. And so we want to talk about one of the trending issues in Liberia. Councillor Kanio Bai Gbala indicts himself in his rebuttal, at least according to me. I read Kanio's rebuttal to whomever he was replying to. I don't see the other person communication, but he cited, he quoted what the people were saying. Maybe it's the ED, executive director or something like that, was saying something about him, made allegations against him, and he came up with a rebuttal to clear the air. All right. So if you don't know Kanio is right here. He's a bright young man. I listened to him a couple of times. He's a sharp young man. So let's see. Let me get the communication. Let me see the young man picture here for you. All right, so let's talk about Kanio's post. I mean, his own words. All right, and that's what I want to look at. Let's look at what Kanio said as a rebuttal to the allegations against him. All right, and that's what I want to talk about here. Let's get to my communication here quickly. All right, so let's get to this. I want to talk about Kanye's rebuttal here. Let me see. It's very well written stuff here. I like to read stuff like that, and I'm interested in these things. All right, so Kanye wrote here. This one or 2 days ago. I think I've seen it. So, it said repudiating the lies of a job-seeking sycophant. Okay, sycophant. So he went on to say the first one, the ex-wild executive director. So ex-wild is a former, the guy speak all defensive words, right? Defensive word. So the ex-wild executive director, ED of the LACC, Mr. Mohammed Family, falsely claims that. Okay, so replying to Mohammed Family. Okay, so the number one thing he rebutted here is number one, he put it in the court. This is what Mohammed said about him. I have unlawfully benefited from salary payments from the LACC while working for the UNDP. Okay, that's the allegation that was made. So now Mr. Kanio Bai Gbala is replying to him and said, my response. And he said, this is false. I was appointed by His Excellency Dr. George Weah on October 18th, 2019. I tendered my letter of resignation to the UNDP on November 11, 2019. Upon visiting the commission, the erstwhile ED executive director of the LACC advised me to furnish him bank account details to which cash was paid for 3 months on the argument that the government of Liberia was experiencing a cash or salary crunch, which would affect timely delivery of my future salaries. Okay, so if you listen to that keenly, I'll read that again. Upon visiting the commission, the erstwhile ED of the LACC advised me to furnish him bank account details to which cash was paid for 3 months on the argument that the government of Liberia was experiencing a cash or salary crunch, which will affect timely delivery of future salaries. Okay, so basically they pay in 3 months in advance. Okay, because they said no, there's no guarantee. There will be salary issues, and so the best thing we just pay you. So I don't know where does that happen. You pay somebody 3 months in advance without doing the job. The job got to be done first. All right. Upon visiting the commission, I read that again. The erstwhile ED of the LACC advised me to furnish. So he said the ED advised him to furnish, to submit him a bank account, details to which cash was paid. Okay, was paid for 3 months on the argument that the government of Liberia was experiencing a cash or salary crunch, which will affect timely delivery of future salaries. Okay, so the payment, so when they have issue, it will not be an issue. Okay, salary. Thus, the need to program payments early. Okay, payment they pay early. He said himself. Okay, how can you pay somebody early? Okay, maybe he did the work already, but that's not the case yet. So he wants to are obliged knowingly or knowing fully well that such action did not constitute any wrongdoing, as there was no guarantee that the cash will be paid within the stipulated time frame, and even if it was paid, the intent was never to secretly defraud the government of Liberia. Over that 3 months, over that 3-month period, salaries were paid erratically. Okay, it was paid erratically, so it was not like as planned, as fixed, right? It was done not consistent with what was said. Okay, it was paid, a salary paid erratically, which upon my own insistence, not the ED or anyone else, were returned to the government of Liberia to ensure our records were up to date. Okay, so he said he returned the money to the government of Liberia. Okay, but why receive it in the first place? And that's the question. So you return the money. Okay, if you say you return the money, you are a lawyer. So in this case, since you are replying, you are giving a rebuttal, you affix a document to your communication that yes, I returned the money to XYZ department, to whoever yes, my receipt when I return the money, yes, the amount, but you say you return the money, but no document to substantiate the veracity of your claim. So the rebuttal is weak. Any other documents to the contrary are manufactured between the ED and his fiancée, whom he seeks to make controller of the LACC by strong arming Councillor Nabo Dike or something like that. All right. So he's talking about any documents to the contrary. But sir, you wrote this P, you did not affix document to it. So when you say document to the contrary, you have to first submit your document so that we can know that yes, indeed, what you're saying is honest. You are being honest. It will make your case stronger. But as is, you are just giving your words. The people accuse you of corruption, and you admitted that you received the money, but then later you return the money. To whom? When? Where's your receipt? What document? I mean, give us some details. You see? And that's why I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and I was trying to, excuse me, guys. I think I asked a question why, I mean, even though there are some lawyers that defend themselves, but sometimes it's not a good idea to defend yourself, because when you do so, you put in your emotions. So as a result, your emotions sometimes they can cloud your reasoning. So Kanio puts his emotions into this, so he cloud. I mean, you're talking about man, fiance, and all of that. Okay, why didn't you bring this to the public? If the man is strong arming people for to get his fiance, I mean, but the man got to say something about you before you start saying these things. So this is an integrity institution. You are in an integrity capacity. So if somebody, basically it's nepotism, all right, getting your family member, your friends, in capacity. As a lawyer, knowing the law, and they send you to LACC to take care of certain things. If somebody if the ED is proceeding wrongly, the information got to be put out. But you can't wait for the man to indict you. And he said, "Oh, I mean, so number 2, he said, I received DSA scratch cards, fuel, etc. for a trip I did not attend." All right, that's point number 2 you want about to debunk. Okay, so he said point number 2, Kanio writes, my response, I have never received any DSA. I don't know what DSA means. Maybe somebody can tell me what that means. DSA scratch cards, fuel, etc., for which I have not performed. Okay, you put in uppercase. He wanted to say, matter of fact, the LACC owes me outstanding amounts on fuel and DSA for services are performed for which no cash was available. Okay? Matter of fact, the LACC owes main outstanding amounts on fuel and DSA for services are performed for which no cash was available. Okay, how much does the LACC owe you? How much is the amount? What the services that you performed? Give her those things. What service did you perform, or what are the services you perform on behalf of the organization or LACC, and they did not pay you? So you got to tell these things. Yeah, but you can say, matter of fact, the LACC owes me outstanding amounts. How much? Is that $2, $3, $5, $5,000, $2,000? So you have to make these things clear. How much owe you? What did you do? No cash was available, okay? I did not attend the meeting in Zarzar because the ex-while, the former ED of the LACC disrespectfully procured a defective vehicle and expected me to drive hundreds of miles outside Monrovia without AC. Okay, so the way you didn't go. I did not attend the meeting in Zarzar because the erstwhile ED of the LACC. So sorry, somebody calling. Want to cut this of the LACC disrespectfully. Okay, the man did that long time and disrespected you. Don't make issue out of it, but now the man indicted you, and you say, okay, disrespectfully procured a defective vehicle and expected me to drive hundreds of miles outside Monrovia without AC. Okay, the car does not have air conditioning in it. All right, so you say you can't go, you can't do that. When I confronted him about this, he claimed that better vehicles were more expensive and harder to secure. Of course, I refused to endanger my health. I'm asthmatic. So you have asthma, basically, that's what you're saying. But traveling under such conditions. To compensate, I attended both consultative meetings in Banga and Buchanan with my personal vehicle at no extra DSA fuel or communication costs to the commission with the allocated cash properly expensed. Okay, so over here they gave him some money, but he said there was no extra. There was no extra cost. To compensate, I attended both consultative meetings in Banga and Buchanan with my personal vehicle at no extra cost. Okay, extra DSA fuel or communication costs to the commission with the allocated costs or cash properly dispensed or expensed. Actually, sorry. So he went on to say the next one here. Number 3, the next point he debunked. I received $500 intended for a press briefing at MICA that remains unaccounted for. So he said my response. The $500 or 500 USD was received by my assistant and turned over to the relevant authorities at the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism, MICA, right? When contacted, I advised the ED's fiancé, who doubles as chief accountant on more than one occasions, to contact the specific person at the MICA to collect the receipt. Apparently, she has refused to do so or is simply feigning ignorance to support this frivolous campaign of for fiancé or fiance or whatever you want to call that. So he is saying here, okay, the people accuse you, they contacted you, and so when contacted, I advised the ED fiancé who doubles. Okay, I want to go back to that. It's very important here. He says something critical in indicting himself. The 500 USD was received, okay, by my assistant. He admitted I received the $500, okay. His assistant received it. Who is your assistant? What is his name? We want to know What was the date on which he received that money? What is the document? Okay, and turn over to the relevant authorities. It's a relevant authority at the Ministry of, okay, so the Ministry of Information and Tourism, Culture and Tourism, they have various divisions. So we authorities at that ministry that you deliver that money to, who was the recipient, where's the receipt, because you got to get all the documents. You're a lawyer, you got to get evidence of what you are saying. Okay, one contractor advised that, so when they contacted you, say you told the fiance to contact a specific person. Who is that specific person? You didn't say to us at the maker to collect the receipt. Okay, so you pay, but you didn't get a receipt, but you want somebody to go there to get the receipt on your behalf, and that's what the man telling us. So the man is admitting to what the allegation from family, a Mohammed family. He admitting to that he gave mere words. He did not give evidence to make his case stronger. All right. Why should we take his words? Why should we take your words at face value, Mr. Gbala? Why? So Mr. Gbala went on. Another thing he said, a major thing. We're coming to the major ones. So point number 4. He said purchasing of government of Liberia depreciated property. My response: the purchasing of depreciated government or GOL, government of Liberia property, is not left at the discretion of any ED or chairperson, but rather to government of Liberia policy. The car I drive has eclipsed the current government of Liberia buyback policy, thereby making me the primary user eligible to seek to purchase it. How does this equate to corruption? Okay, so he said according to the policy he's eligible. But sometimes you take part of the government policy and making your case as a lawyer. You say yes, the policy of the government. Yeah, what it says when it comes to when you become eligible to purchase government depreciated property. In the age of technology, you can screenshot the portion of the law, attach it to your document or to your communication here, and submit it. You're making your case to the people. All right. He went on to say, so what are the real issues that has pushed the erstwhile ED of the LSCC to bring frivolous allegations of corruption in February 2021, which he claimed to have observed in January 2020, more than a year ago? Okay, so here is what he said. Mr. Gbala said, number 1, the ED's contract expired in August of 2020. Consistent with the LSCC's Act, commissioners agreed to comprehensively evaluate the performance of the ED and on that basis either extend or cancel his contract. Okay, listen to what he's saying here. Listen, our collective evaluations revealed the ED to be severely incompetent. Okay, they did an evaluation and they said the ED to be severely incompetent in a discharge of his professional functions. Further evaluations, after that, they did another evaluation. Further evaluations conducted with ordinary LSCC staff members revealed even worse results. Okay, Mr. Gbala talking. He went on to say the documentations are housed with HR for reference. Okay, despite his manifest deficiencies. Okay, Mr. Gbala talking about despite his manifest deficiencies, we gradually agreed to renew his contract. All right, you're telling us all these things. The man is deficient. The man he didn't discharge responsibility. Number once you evaluated the man twice. The man is incompetent. All right, even the LACC staff members, the regular ordinary people that did that, it was revealed that the man is worse. But Mr. Gbala said, despite his manifest deficiencies, we grudgingly, hesitantly agreed to renew his contract based solely on the plea of Executive Chair Nabadike. Okay, the man, this is an integrity institution. He did an evaluation. The ordinary staff, they did an evaluation of the ED. They discovered that the man was grossly incompetent. But they said, we still grudgingly renew his contract. So is that honorability? Somebody's supposed to do a job. The person is incompetent. You're telling them the person is deficient. But then you're saying, I will still do it because the boss man, Nabadike said, you know what, he should stay on it because the man pleaded with us. So you compromise the place already. You are not looking at people's capability. You are looking at what the Nabadike says. But you are sent to do a job to bring because the man, basically, if the man stays there, you'll be getting paid without doing the job. You already told us that the man is incompetent. So you want the man to get paid for being incompetent? For not doing anything? For not doing his job? So the man indicted himself. Mr. Kanio Bai Gbala indicted himself in this communication. He said the man is incompetent, but we grudgingly agreed to renew his contract based on solely on the plea of Executive Chair Nabadike. He said that he will improve, okay, because the man showed them that he will improve. That number one reason why we consider him. C, specific professional milestones or conditions will be inserted into his new contract, which, if unrealized, will lead to automatic cancellation after a specified period. Okay, so because of this, the man did not perform one. He did an evaluation. He said the man is incompetent. So if the man is incompetent, giving new specifications will improve the man. The man is incompetent. You just said the man he has manifest deficiencies. And you say you listen to Nabadike and say, oh, the man will give specific professional milestones. Okay, that wasn't the man is deficient. So why are you giving professional or unprofessional milestone? The man is not competent. You just told us. So the man compromised the office. You did your evaluation, your job, Mr. Gbala is to do a specific job. You evaluated it, man. He's not doing your job. He's incompetent. He's not up to the task. You told us. But then because of Nabadike pleading, you took it. And the man will be getting paid without doing his job. It's not free work you're doing. It's something that the government library, the people got to pay their money to him. So you need people that are competent, that will do the work, that will get results. But you say the man incompetent, but you grudgingly. You're speaking sensible. You hesitate, but you say, how I will just do it. Let me just swallow a bit up. But you are not doing justice to the country. You are a man of justice. You are a lawyer. So, the man indicted himself. So he went on to say, despite our earlier agreement, I've now written Chairman Nabadike with copy to the erstwhile ED, canceling my earlier promise to renew the ED's contract because the guarantee given by Councillor Nabadike to ensure performance is no longer valid as Councillor Nabadike exits the LACC in 2 weeks. Okay, so basically the main performance was predicated on the presence of Nabadike. When Nabadike leaves, he will not be competent. So send the man who said that the man will do the work, the man is no longer there. I revoke my earlier decision. You see? I'll revoke my earlier decision. I can't allow the man to stay because Nabadike is not. So if Nabadike was there, Nabadike would have done his job for him. So whether he's there or not, the man is not up to the task. That's the bottom line. Now you see, this is a rebuttal you are giving, Mr. Kanio. Say, despite our earlier agreement, I have now written Chairman or Chair Nabadike with copy. So what, like that, you will fix the letter here too, to your communication. Yes, the letter I sent to Nabadike to revoking my decision. But you're just giving your words. And we are not credulous. We are not gullible to just buy your words, sir. You got to back it up. This is a rebuttal. You can write the English very well, but it's not about writing the English. It's not about the concatenation of words. It's about giving a compelling evidence to convince us. There is no evidence attached to the communication. Number two, he went on to say, the ED also managed to arm twist Councillor Nambadike into proposing his fiancée as controller of the LACC despite the fact that she has not served more than a year in her current position as chief accountant, a position she has occupied for less than a year after being summarily elevated from a post of finance assistant. Okay, so this one just going after the fiancé and all of that, you know, is like, this is a wish hunt now. The man came at me, so I will come by him too. So what the rule says with respect to how did the fiancé, how did she get hired in the first place? What the rules say, do you stay on the job for X amount of years before you can get promotion? So let's know all the details to say maybe if the requirements set for somebody to be promoted, did she do her work to the best of her ability? She passed all the evaluations and all of that. And so if she's doing her work, she good at what she does. Is she married? Did she merit the promotion? If the answer to the question is yes, then of course, you know. But he said the arm twist and say the man arm twist, Namadiki, you know what I'm saying? And the man, I mean, you see all the P words to say Namadiki is weak. Basically, so the man went and said, you know what, you got to do that. The man bullied him. The arm twisted the man. So you got to do that. You got to elevate my girlfriend. Yeah, so I mean, this is frivolous. This is not strong. Okay, the Kanio got to do better than this. Yes, this is like I mean, oh, you attacked me, so I got to retaliate too. I got to come up with my stuff. But it's not enough, sir. This is a serious allegation. The man say you corrupt, and you are going after the man girlfriend, the man elevator, so he too can be. But give us something that he arm twisted, number decade, to make sure that his girlfriend gets elevated. Give us something. What is he doing specifically with specificity? Give us something that he did. Should we just follow your word, sir? No, it shouldn't be that way. All right, so he went on to say, let me go back here. I'll go back to the ED also managed to arm twist Councillor Nambadike into proposing his fiancée as controller of the LACC despite the fact that she has not served more than a year in her current position as chief accountant, a position she has occupied for less than a year after being summarily elevated from a post of finance assistant. And if she has served for more than a year, no performance evaluation has been done to ascertain whether she has performed adequately. Given the lack of an effective evaluation, the very delicate nature of the position, coupled with new developments from the Office of the Comptroller General regarding competencies and roles of controllers, I advised that it was only proper that whomever we select to serve as controller comes through a merit-based intensive recruitment process so that the LACC does not face compliance issue in the future. Okay, now they have compliance issue at the time, but in the future he doesn't want them to have that. Okay, the decisions were communicated last week. Okay, he did not also share that communication with us. Was it done verbally? Was it done in written? Was it a written document? If so, share with us so we can know these things. If you said the communication, these decisions were communicated last week. Okay, you have to share those communications with us so we can know. Attach it to your communication. If this while so-called, you see, so you can see the emotions of the man coming out. Okay, this is emotion now. If this while so-called professional ED really did believe I committed acts of corruption for which I should be duly held accountable. I wonder why over the last 3 months he has visited and entreated Councillor Ibrahim Saleh, colleague of my wife, the Sekou Kalasco Dumaro, and even Fina Bono, asking them to beg me for the renewal of his contract. Okay? So that whatever the man says is not true because the man sending people to beg him so that they can renew his contract. Did you agree with the supplication? Did he agree or not? All right. Let's see. So he goes on the final paragraph here. And just so we clear the record, there absolutely no pending investigation against me as we speak. The ex-wild ED possesses no authority to instruct any staff, less to mention an investigator, to commence action against any person accused of corruption. That power lies solely with the Board of Commissioners. Okay, so that the Board of Commissioners has the authority to indict people. Finally, let me advise the ED that collecting salaries without a valid contract equates to corruption. I'm hereby advising the LACC, HR, and other relevant LACC actors to take judicial notice of this fact or be held culpable in the future. These, my people, are the facts. You be judged. So these are not facts. These are opinions. This man gave opinions. No facts here. No evidence to back up whatever you said. Those are just his words. And these are not what we call facts. We cannot carry Mr. Gbala's opinion in court and consider it to be fact. No, that's not fact. You give your version of the story. That's what it is. That is what it is. So, Liberia has a lot of issues. We complain about the old folks. They are corrupt. They didn't do X, Y, Z. And now Judge Weah is bringing young people in government to make a change, to distinguish themselves from the so-called old folks. Let me see, guys. Hold on a second. From the so-called old folks, but then the young people, some of them, not all of them, they have not been caught up in scandals, corruption scandals and stuff like that. And so let's see how this goes, But this is not a good Liberia, the future of Liberia, the young people. And the likes of Kanio, he's a bright young man for sure. I listen to him, he's a bright guy. But what I see is not impressive. It's not good on his record. Hopefully he will redeem himself through the law instead of just coming to public Facebook and giving his opinion and say these are the facts. Your rebuttal doesn't constitute facts. Facts are things that indubitable that nobody would doubt. But as is, man, we can doubt what you said. Why should we take your words at face value? Why? Is it because what? Your lawyer know. You got to give her evidence. Indubitable evidence. Evidence that we cannot doubt. But what you have read, what you say to us, what you wrote on these people is dubious. It's doubtful. And so the man basically indicted himself more. His rebuttal, he agreed, he affirmed, he confirmed, validated some of the things that the guy said. So that's it. That's what I have for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Those that stay on up to this point, I want to recognize you. You did great. You should have been doing something else, but you still with me. So, like the people that are followers, watching from Santa County, okay, Lord Joel, thank you for following. Mr. Panto, thank you. I want to say thanks to Prince. How you doing? Thanks for following as well. Clifford, thanks for following. So all of you that are following the show, I really, really appreciate your presence on the show. And that's how we're coming to an end tonight for the show. This is how we're doing it. Let's see what I got for you. As closing, for our closing, let me see what I got for you here. And enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your night. Let's see. Let's do no, I don't want to do that, guy. You got Facebook and be acting up. But okay, let's do the Queen of traditional music as usual. And we will do that as closing. Let's see, Queen. Let's do the reconciliation. Yes, sir. Angele. Okay, commotion is not good. No, palaver is not good. Let's reconcile. Let's be one people. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. This is Doc Sayapura Esoteric coming to you live from Prospect Park, Pennsylvania, these United States of America.